Have you ever wondered what it would be like if all the best players of baseball history showed up to play one season against each other? All-time greats like Hank Aaron, Roberto Clemente, Ken Griffey Jr., Willie Mays, Randy Johnson, and many more showed up to decide who is the best team of all time by taking home the All-Time Greats World Series, and who's the best player of all time by taking home the MVP. Well, wonder no longer. This video has got you covered. Alright, well, in case you couldn't tell by the intro, today we are simulating an entire season with the best all-time rosters. Now, we're just going to go through 1 year. We're going to see who makes the playoffs, see who wins awards. These rosters are pretty juiced. Then we're going to see who wins the World Series and all that. But yeah, these rosters are pretty juiced, as we'll look at just a couple here. Yeah, there's a bunch of 99s on these teams. So like Roger Clemens, Eckersley, Jimmy Fox, Lefty Grove, Ricky Henderson is here, Pedro Martinez, Babe Ruth is on the Red Sox. Right? There's a bunch of different ones as we'll look at the Rays, I guess. Ben Zobrist, David Price, Manny Ramirez, I guess, was on the team. Wade Boggs, Jose Canseco, right? Now, I'm not going to control all of these. I'm just going to simulate. I'm going to trust that the computer calls up and sends down who makes the team the best. Obviously, there are some repeats, and these rosters are not perfect. Perfect, I guess, as I add a P in that word in the middle. But there are some repeat players, like Roger Clemens, I'm pretty sure, is on a bunch of different teams, as is Nolan Ryan. Alex Rodriguez is definitely on a couple of different teams, being the Yankees and the Rangers. Alfonso Soriano's on a couple of different teams. So there's some stuff like that, as we'll continue to just catch some of the high end. R.A. Dickey's a 99 overall on the Rangers. That's cool. Yeah, I see Alex Rodriguez is here. There's two different Pudges. Cliff Lee is here, even though he was just here for a year. Nolan Ryan's here. Neftali Feliz. But it should be fun. To do this, I'm going to take over the Braves, I guess. They're the first team in the NL. We'll take a look at the roster. R.A. Dickey's all over the place, but Hank Aaron, Tom Glavine, Chipper Jones kind of take the lead on most of these. Eddie Matthews, obviously, Kid Nichols. John Smoltz is here. Cy Young is here. Rafael Furcal, Greg Maddux. I mean, this team is loaded. So we're going to take hold of that team and keep going. So if you guys go on to enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, as we're going to do things. I'm going to take control of that. So opening day, I guess we'll take a look at the starting lineups for a few teams. Chipper Jones, Hank Aaron. We're going to send down one of these Chipper Joneses, make him really bad, so there's not two. Eddie Matthews, Fred McGriff, Javi Lopez, Andrew Jones, Dale Murphy, and Marcus Giles sneaks in somehow. Brian McCann, Freddie Freeman, Rafael Furcal is here, as well as a shortstop, and Joe Torre. Now, another team that's going to be interesting is like the Mets. I feel like are going to be good. You have David Wright, Jose Reyes, Mike Piazza, Beltran, highlight that team. They could be pretty good. The Cubs are fun because you have Hornsby, Jimmy Fox, who is on a bunch of teams as well in this. Ernie Banks, Billy Williams, highlight that team kind of. Sammy Sosa on the bench is fun. There's a bunch of guys. The Pirates could win it. I don't know. We're going to simulate all the way up to the AllStar Break, I think. And we're going to see who makes the All-Star team, because it should be loaded, like more so than normal. And I'm just trying to cycle through all of these teams so you guys get some kind of look at who's on them, in case I don't go over them individually. I think I did all of them. The Astros look pretty good. Alright, let's go ahead and simulate to the AllStar Break. Now, decline. Now, I turned down the trade stuff, but it doesn't seem to be working. There's so many trades. Dude, guys, just please stop. I'm gonna view the offer and just see. Jeff Conine for Davey Johnson? No, I don't want to do that. I just want to simulate to the AllStar Break. My God. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna figure something else out here. Got it, stop. Okay. I think I have finally figured it out. We have a freaking trade. Okay. I think after so much infuriation, I've got it to work. Where there's no more trading across the MLB, and it won't pause every few seconds. Now, Greg Maddux are about to pitch a game, but that's not important. We're going to the AllStar Break now, finally, and we're going to see who makes the All-Star team, because that's been what I've been wanting to do for like the last hour. Okay, you know, autofix all should just be auto-fixing all of them. Wow, this is fun. The all-time home run derby includes Frank Thomas, Lou Gehrig, Mike Piazza, Luis Gonzalez, Josh Donaldson, Hank Aaron, Billy Williams, and Jimmy Fox. That would be a fun home run derby. I'm not going to go into it because I don't care that much, but it would be fun. As we'll go to the All-Star Game. The NL All-Star team consists of Greg Maddux, Tom Seaver, Pete Alexander, Old Hoss Rosborn, Kurt Schilling, Steve Reed, Rob Nen, Rich Gossage is here, John Franco, Raleigh Fingers, Rob Nen. That is the pitching staff. Jackie Robinson, Jimmy Rollins, Luis Gonzalez, Gary Sheffield, Mike Piazza, Billy Williams, Carlos Beltran, Gary Sheffield, and Willie Stargell. Ted Simmons is a catcher is here. Johnny Bench is here. Tony Clark, Jeff Kent, Tim Wallach, Ernie Banks, Rafael Furcal, Miguel Cabrera, Matt Kemp, Hank Aaron, Hack Wilson. Rounds out the National League side. We'll go to the American League, in fairness to American League fans. We got Mike Scott, Mike Mussina, Andy Pettitte, Roger Clemens, Rube Waddle. A name certainly you do not see past, like, I don't know, 1890 maybe? Seems weird. Rich Gossage is here again. Chad Green, Dan Quisenberry, really. Alright, I'm in. Zach Britton, Rick Aguilera, Raleigh Fingers, Mariano Rivera, of course, the closer for the American League side, because who else would do it? Ty Cobb, Henderson, Lou Gehrig, Reggie Jackson, Jason Giambi, Cal Ripken plays short, Josh Donaldson plays third, Biggio is the Astros' second baseman. Even though he's in the National League, when he played for the Astros are now an American League team, so he's on the American League All-Star team. Victor Martinez catches. Joe Mauer and Pudge are here as backup catchers. Frank Thomas, Ben Zobrist, Troy Gloss, A-Rod, George Brett, Ty Cobb again. I feel like Ty Cobb was leading off. Doesn't matter. Carlos Beltran, Babe Ruth, Jose Canseco are all here. Yeah, Ty Cobb's on this team twice. I don't really care. So we're going to simulate. We're going to see who wins. Yeah. Simulate game. The AL defeats the NL 5-2. Raleigh Fingers gets the win and the loss. Mariano Rivera with the save. There you go. All right, let's go to the playoffs. We made it. to the end of the season. The Mets win the NL East by a game, pretty much like I expected. It's going to be pretty tight, I think, with all these juiced teams. But we'll go ahead and look at the standings, see who did well, who did not. The Nationals really did not, which you would kind of expect. Not the deepest team history of all time. Like, not bad. They have a World Series win now. But they just don't have the pool of players that the teams like the Braves and the Mets do, just with history. Obviously, the Braves, you can go back a long time with the Braves, but the Nationals, you only have, 10 years, 20 years, something like that? Not great. And I know the Expos are mixed in there, but it's the Expos. What are we going to do? So the Mets win 88 games. The Cubs win 97 games on their way to an NL Central win, and the Dodgers win 100 games. Giants finish with 89 wins and a wild card. So that's pretty fun. We have all kinds of issues with the wild card now. There's 3 teams tied for that second wild card spot, including the Braves. In the American League, the Red Sox win 99 games. The Yankees win 97. Indians win 91. The Tigers win 87. Shout out to any Tigers fans that are still baseball fans. The White Sox underperform as usual. The Royals do okay, I guess, considering their roster and rank. The Royals are just fast. That's what the Royals are. Twins do okay. Tigers do okay. Athletics and Astros do win and take second place, respectively. Rangers finished with 79 wins. Mariners and Angels with 66. The wild card in the American League is a lot easier to figure out than the National League because there's just 2 teams. So I guess we need to figure out how the tiebreaker is going to work. Maybe. It does put a damper on things, doesn't it? We'll take a look at awards. The National League Most Valuable Player is Billy Williams, Hank Aaron, and Mike Piazza. I believe they co-win, is what this is saying, because I think there's only one player on there normally, so they all co-win the MVP. And Frank Thomas, Bagwell, and Gehrig, the 3 first basemen, win it in the AL. Jeff Bagwell hit 350. My God. Jeff, calm down a little bit. Old Haas Rasborn, and let me tell you, he looks like a man named Old Haas, wins Cy Young. Pete Alexander and Tom Seaver also win Cy Young, I guess. Cliff Lee does well. Rube Waddle and Babe Ruth, of course, in the American League. Batting title is Todd Helton, Miggy from the Marlins, so young Miggy and then Duke Snider. In the American League, it's Bagwell, as you would expect. Derek Jeter hit 337. George Brett hit 338. Pretty good. Pretty good. No relievers qualified. Somehow. Rookie of the Year is Hank Aaron, Old Haas Rasborn, and Mel Ott. Jimmy Fox, Maglio Ordonez, and Rube Waddle win it in the American League. Not really sure how they determine Rookie of the Year, but sure, whatever. As we'll look for some more interesting ones. As we'll look at... do I want to look at Gold Gloves? Not really. Taking a look at some league leaders now. Todd Helton, Miguel Cabrera, Duke Snider lead the National League in batting average with 330 or above. Todd Helton hitting 333. Had a monster year. In any ordinary year, perhaps, an argument for most valuable player could be made. This obviously was not a normal year. Jeff Bagwell hits 350. George Brett and Derek Jeter also hit above 330, as does Jason Giambi, who mashes evidently. Yeah, that's crazy. A 1053 OPS is phenomenal. National League, Jim Gantner, I guess, gets 208 hits. Miguel Cabrera gets 204. Derek Jeter got 237 hits. Oh my goodness. Ichiro only manages 193. I think Jeter might have been juiced too much. And that's not a disrespect on Derek Jeter. That seems like a lot. Hank Aaron leads the league with 50 home runs. Frank Thomas leads the American League in all of baseball with 56. Lou Gehrig with 52. RBIs, Billy Williams leads with 144. Hank Aaron is also here. Matt Kemp is here. Willie Stargell's here. Gary Sheffield here, and that is your top 5 in the National League. Reggie Jackson hits 139. Jeff Bagwell hits 135. Frank Thomas is here again. Maglio Ordonez hit 120. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. Barry Larkin led the National League with stolen bases with 44. Jose Reyes still 38, along with Ozzie Smith and Jackie Robinson. In the American League, Eddie Collins stole a bunch of bases. Ty Cobb, Kenny Lofton, Craig Biggio, all here. Eddie Collins, though, with 52, leads all of baseball in stolen bases. Jimmy Fox of the Cubs walked a lot. Interestingly, no other Jimmy Fox is on this list, so I guess only the Cubs Jimmy Fox is really the patient one. So that's fun. As we'll take a look at some of the pitcher stats, Babe Ruth and Cliff Lee lead the American League with wins with 21. Pete Alexander of the Cardinals gets to 19. Curt Schilling, Greg Maddux, Tom Seaver, and Pete Alexander. Clayton Kershaw tie for the league lead in losses. Of course, league lead meaning lowest, like golf. And Matt Garza of the Rays with 4, despite only being a 68 overall. Not sure how that works. He had a 5.47 ERA. Good for you, Matt, I guess. Pretty impressive. Rob Nen gets 52 saves in the National League. Jonathan Papelbon gets 44. ERA old Haas Rasborn leads, and Randy Johnson is also here, and he is tall just like he was in real life, huh? Rube Waddle is here. Not great pitching stats here. There's nothing crazy. Randy Johnson did have 5 shutouts. Pretty good. Rube Waddle had 4 strikeouts. Mark Pryor got to 266, which is a crazy number. Sandy Koufax is dark and looks like an alien from E.T. The alien dude from E.T. had a baby with like a Mexican or something. Man, I have no idea. Old Haas Rasborn is here with 246 as well. Walter Johnson, Roger Clemens lead the American League. Vida Blue, I think that's the first time we've seen him in this video, but he had 226 strikeouts as well. There's a lot of 200 plus strikeout people here. A lot of complete games, as you would expect. Pete Alexander leads with 7. Randy Johnson had 6. Cliff Lee in the American League had 5, along with Michael Scott. Vida Blue is also there, as we're just getting through this as fast as possible. Not a whole lot. If you're into it, we'll go over batting war. National League is Duke Snider and Carlos Beltran and Mike Piazza, all over 8. Everyone else's, or all over 9, I guess. Hack Wilson at 8.7, Barry Larkin at 8.3. Jeff Bagwell leads with 10.1 WAR. Derek Jeter with 10.1, or Jeff Bagwell with 10.2 maybe. Wow, dude, I am on one today. Ricky Henderson gets 9.1. This is a lot of reading. This is more reading than I was thinking it was going to be. That's okay. We made it through, and now we're going to advance a day and play in a wild card game, maybe? I need to see what's happening. Give me a second. Okay, so what I'm pretty sure happened is the Diamondbacks played the Cardinals in a 1-game playoff. The Diamondbacks won. The Braves now are playing the Diamondbacks to see if they can get into the postseason, which they do not, which means the playoffs are set now. It is Cleveland versus Oakland in the ALDS, Houston and New York in the AL wildcard. The winner will play Boston. The Mets and the Cubs play the divisional series. The Diamondbacks and the Giants play in the NL wildcard, and the winner will take on the Dodgers. Now we're going to simulate probably to the championship series really quick, and we're just going to see what is going to transpire. The final four for the best of all time includes the Cleveland Indians, the Boston Red Sox, the Chicago Cubs, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Of these, I've not taken a deep look at the rosters, and we can maybe do that for the World Series. But, man, I really think it might be Boston, guys. I really think it might be Boston or, like, the Dodgers. I think those are the two teams that are going to win. Oh, it's not going to be the Dodgers. And it's not going to be Boston. So, immediately, like that, I am proven wrong. It is Cleveland and Chicago. The way it was meant to be, apparently. Can Chicago repeat against Cleveland, even though last time none of the same players were on the team, and now it's like a computer simulation and not in real life? And the Cubs, you know, they have a lot of really good players now, rather than just like, you know, the players they had in like 2017 or whenever that year was. Or can Cleveland finally do something productive as a city? I guess we will see. We'll see what happens. We'll go game by game, because why not? The Indians take game 1, and the Cubs take game 2. We're going back to Cleveland. Cleveland takes game 3. Cleveland takes game 4. Cleveland has won the World Series and thus deemed themselves the best performance postseason, the best, dude, what am I saying right now? The best team. Yeah, the best team of all time. The Cleveland Indians. You heard it here first. The Cleveland Indians are the best team of all time. And we'll go look at awards, because why not? The World Series MVP is Jim Thome, as you would probably expect. Was it 2016 the Cubs won the World Series? Might have been 2016. Sammy Sosa wins postseason MVP in the American League. Jim Thome wins it. Sammy Sosa in the National League, obviously. Jim Thome in the World Series hit .588. Oh my God. And he plays third base now. That's fun. Maybe these rosters aren't the best indication of what would actually happen, but I don't feel like it's a bad indication. So there you go, guys. Cleveland Indians are the best team to ever walk the face of the earth. If you agree, hit the like button. If you disagree, comment and tell me a different simulation to do, and maybe we can agree on that one. Because right now, pretty definitively, I can say the Cleveland Indians are the best team of all time. That's going to do it for me, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.